When the weather outside is frightful, there's nothing more delightful than a good book.
Oh,
And hopefully
that was really good, Shannon. I love
try
it.
to bring some holiday spirit into the studio.
Very nice. Very nice, Mr.
All about
Linnea.
the books.
Here with this list of top winter reads is Essence Magazine's editorial projects director, Patrick Henry Bass.
So good to be here. I was going to do Donny Hathaway's This Christmas, but that's...
That'll work too.
That's a good one.
Either
Let
way.
it snow, let it snow.
Let it snow.
Oh,
So good to see you guys.
These books do make great Christmas gifts.
Yes. The thing I love about giving a book as a holiday gift is anyone who rejects a book, you know, it looks kind of ratchet, right? So, what is this,
Right.
a book? Right? You know what I mean? So they're forced to take it.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
don't look cultured if you reject a book.
Absolutely. Yeah. This thing, a
Yeah,
book.
read.
How dare you?
How dare you make me read?
Right. Tell them reading is fundamental.
It
Tell them
is.
that.
Right. And the good thing also about holiday books is you can really capture people's passions and curiosities. And you could also, you know, give books to people of all ages. So that's what's great about a holiday book.
All right, so
For the
let's-
young and the young at heart.
Let's start out with Remix. What can you tell us
Right,
about this?
Remix is, there's actually a website called Afro Chic, and there's a husband and wife who do Afro Chic. It's Janine Hayes, and her husband is Brian Mason, and it's this amazing web. They actually now have, they have pillows and fabrics, and so this is the best of Remix's Afro Chic. So they've done interiors, they've gone into people's homes, and if you live in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, or Clinton Hill, Brooklyn, like I do, I'm actually a hoarder, so don't go into my house.
Uh-oh.
But these are just dream, lovely homes, and that they've done a lot of international patterns, a lot of African patterns, a lot of Moroccan
So is it more of
patterns.
an inspirational, or is it
Well,
teach you?
It's aspirational and inspirational, all about design.
Interior design.
Interior design, yes, very lush, plush, yes.
I love
Luxurious,
it.
yes.
So sleek.
beautiful
Yes,
things in
yes, absolutely, yes.
Ooh.
Okay, Shannon, we get it.
Okay. Beautiful.
This one's for me.
Yes,
Thank you, Patrick.
yes. indeed.
Okay, so Nelson Mandela is hot, hot, hot in movie theaters
Yes,
this year.
absolutely.
Two
And
Mandela biopics.
Absolutely. Of course, well, there's the Jennifer Hudson, Wendy
Exactly,
Mandela
with
pick.
Terrence Howard.
And then there's the Idris Elba Mandela pick, which
Exactly.
people are, there's Oscar talk about
Absolutely.
Idris Elba. So this is a companion book, and what's great about this companion book, this is not like the Best Man Holiday 2 companion book, right? So this is very layered, and it gives you scenes from the script. It also gives you history about Nelson Mandela. So,
Okay.
because of course, Idris Elba, fantastic actor that he is, you know, captures him very well, but, you know, in terms of the similarities and physical appearance, you could see Nelson Mandela, his history, all in the pages of this book, which is, you know,
So if you want a little more after you leave the theater,
absolutely.
you go pick up
and
this
it,
book.
And it also just makes a great coffee table book, just, you know, long
Wow.
after the film has left theaters.
Great pictures in it as well.
Absolutely, yes.
All right. Now, another movie that's out right now, 12 Years a Slave. What can you tell us about this
12
book?
Years a Slave is an actual book. I mean, people forget that it was written in the mid-19th century. It was groundbreaking when it was written. Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe, of course, is a novel, but this is nonfiction written
It's a
by
memoir.
a memoir that was electrifying at the time when it was published. And 37E, which is a public imprint of Simon & Schuster, is re-releasing 12 Years a Slave. And Dolan Perkins Valdez, who did the novel Wench, which opened everyone's eyes about the fact that there were masters who had slaves, female slaves, that they would take on resorts. She's written the introduction to this. So it's
Right.
her take on 12 Years a Slave, and then it's Solomon Northup's very powerful language, quite well done. Written in 19th century style, of course, but you feel every page of this memoir. It's
When I
quite powerful.
interviewed the director, Steve McQueen, he said that he was searching for a manuscript to tell this story about someone who was born into freedom but abducted into slavery, and then he happened upon this book. And he was like, well, there's no point. I don't need it. I don't need a script. This is it.
And the book feels, you know, for a book written in the 19th century, it feels very cinematic. I mean, Solomon takes you through his life journey. It's unforgettable. If you've seen the film and you read this book, I mean, it will change you. It will change your perspective on history and that peculiar institution, as it's been called.
As usual, should we read the book first? If people haven't already seen
You
it.
could do whatever you want.
You have options.
But either way, you can't lose.
Okay.
Either way,
Okay.
you can't lose.
I like that.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right. Put that over here, Shannon.
There you go.
Cute.
She's collecting.
She's a head Shannon.
This one definitely looks like something for the collectors.
Yes, this is Harlem, and this is Camilo Jose Vergara. I got it right.
Whoa.
Vergara.
Exactly. Trujillo would
Like
not get rid of
Sofia
the
Vergara.
Dominican Republic. This book has a fascinating backstory.
What is it?
Camilo is a photographer who started photographing Harlem in 1970 when Harlem was going through urban blight, as they call it, right? And so he was looking for one point of view
weighty.
on Harlem. And what's happened is Harlem has undergone a renaissance. So his book captures Harlem's journey from 1970 until today. And so you really get to see the changes and shifts in Harlem, but what you also get to see is that Harlem has never lost its soul. Its soul is there on every beautiful, colorful page of this book, which is quite an homage to Harlem and also the spirit of the people. So it's about the buildings, but also about the people who occupy the buildings.
Architecture.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Especially all the landmarks and historical
Yes, and
districts you'll be
he's a
able to
real
see.
photojournalist. So some of the pictures are stark and a little. I mean, so this is a great coffee table book, but it's not every page is not feel good. Every page is not double dutch. I mean, the Sweet Fly Paper of Life, which was written Langston Hughes and Roy DeCarava, the amazing photographer. I mean, that gave you a glimpse of Harlem, World War II. This gives you a contemporary view of Harlem today.
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
definitely a collector's item.
Yes, absolutely. So
Crack
Shannon, is that
kills.
no? You guys can't get that one. Sorry.
Yeah, we can't get that one. Okay.
Yeah, so
Can't
you
get that
think.
one. All right.
But tweet me and I'll hook you up.
Okay, cool. That works. That
Okay.
works. And it looks like even Essence is making the book list this time around.
Absolutely. This is completely not self-serving.
At all.
Oh,
No.
come on.
It's about Michelle Obama.
Right. So when I go home to North Carolina, if I don't have that book with me, I can't get into the house, right?
Really?
So our first book did so well, our salute to Michelle Obama, that we're reissuing the book for the holidays.
That's
And
a smart
also-
idea.
Yes, and also in January 17th, 2014, Michelle Obama turns 50 years old. She's
Wow.
50, fine and fabulous and
Yes.
fearless. And so this book will be out in January as well. So, just a great way to memorialize and to commemorate this extraordinary first ladyship.
Well, you are the perfect ones to do it because you all have been following her journey way before the White House.
We did. We started in 2007 when she was one of our fierce and fabulous, one of our 35 most fierce and fabulous women. And, we are constantly following Michelle Obama because our audience cannot get enough of her.
Oh.
Got that right.
So you have books for kids as well?
Aw.
Yes, I
Baby
do.
Bear?
Okay, Baby Bear is
cute.
this is Kadir Nelson, who does really portraiture. He's like, just open that one up, Lola.
I will.
I mean, he's an extraordinary artist, but he often writes about African American history. This is his first attempt at doing a book just about animals. But this is Baby Bear is Lost, and Baby Bear is on a spiritual journey, which is the same type of journey that Kadir Nelson himself had. Kadir Nelson, who went to Pratt
Beautiful.
Institute with me and Terrence Howard, and Jeremy Scott, and what a quartet, right?
Wait, rewind.
Wait,
Sorry.
just throw that in there.
You went to Pratt
We
with
went to
Terrence
Pratt
Howard?
with Terrence Howard, who was in the engineering school. We'll talk offline. Kadir Nelson and Jeremy Scott, the fashion designer, and me, who was in city planning, which, long story, but Baby Bear is all about this bear who's lost that mirrors Kadir Nelson's journey to find himself spiritually. It's quite beautiful, and for kids of any age.
Okay, it's deep on, but for kids, I like
And for
that.
kids, yes, it's quite beautiful.
And this one looks like it's for older children.
It is. This is a fascinating story, guys.
Okay.
It's Searching for Sarah Rector.
Okay.
She was the richest black girl in America at the turn of the past century.
Really?
In
How'd she make her
1913,
money?
she inherited millions of dollars through oil. She was on
Wow.
she was on a Native American. She was enslaved by Native Americans. Her family, her community, they willed her some land. They thought this land was worthless. In Oklahoma, it was an oil well that struck oil, and the government. Many people tried to have her declared white because they didn't want a colored girl to have access to that much money. Fascinating story written by Tanya Bolden. She goes off to Tuskegee Institute. At one point she was raking in $15,000 a month, which in today's money is $300,000 a month.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know, I have the same problem. My oil well
Patrick.
in Oklahoma.
Well, it has some beautiful pictures in the book.
It does, and unfortunately with Sarah Rector, there are not that many pictures of her her that exists. So the picture
Yeah, I was
that you
looking
see-
through, like, where is she? I was like-
if you look at the cover, there's a millionaires right there.
Well, she's clearly,
pigtails
clearly
and-
not white.
Yeah. How did they try to pass that
How did
off?
they try to pass this one off? She is definitely darker than a paper
It was about
bag.
the color green.
Oh, I got that right.
Yeah, that changes everything.
Sure.
But this is a wonderful book. And what I love about Sarah Rector and the other book we're going to talk about is that we're looking at real black girls in a way that in children's book we often see like the slave black girls who are wonderful, right? But and those illustrations often look like Uncle Ben or Aunt Jemima, you know, refugees from a pancake box or you know a
Yeah.
cream of wheat box. But I mean here you're getting the real story, which is you know just coloring in those nuances that makes the story even more fascinating and more truthful.
That's true.
And it also reveals how eclectic we are as a community.
Definitely.
And last but not least,
This is my favorite, The Girl from the Tar Paper School, which is about
Okay.
Barbara Rose Johns. Barbara Rose Johns in 1951 in Farmville, Virginia, at 15 years old, 3 years before Brown versus Board of Education. Now, when they talk about the tar paper schools, literally the schools were like shacks that had tar paper on them.
Wow.
Really?
She boycotted her school. She and the students in the school did a revolt. She was from New York City. Her parents moved to Farmville. She actually had to leave the school. Read this story about this very courageous 15-year-old girl who history has forgotten, but we're remembering now.
Wow.
Yes, and
that's
it's great. Look at
awesome.
her, Tar Paper School. Yes.
I can't wait to see that one, to see the pictures and actually read the story.
So you want to see the pictures first and then read the story.
It's always fun. More fun.
So this for
Okay,
you.
there we go. Get into my pictures. There we go. Because I want to see what a school made of tar paper looks like. I was like, okay, there you go. Look, well, I mean, when you talk about it, because you know, when you see the pictures, it really hits home. Like a school made out of tar paper.
Right, absolutely.
All right, well, that's enough of you, sir. We thank you for bringing such awesome books to us. I'll be
forward to
taking
see
all
you
the
guys
kids'
again.
books. I'll take the kids' books with the pictures. How about that?
Michelle Obama has a lot of pictures. In
Okay, I'll take that one too then. You can have those, Lola. There you go.
oh my
As
God,
always.
Patrick, thank you so much. You're fantastic. Thank you. And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360.